As the sun sets on yet another beautiful day, another chapter is closed in the story of Kimberly and I's adventure. As today we buried Mercy at the cemetery and said not technically goodbye, but we we I guess you could say we said goodbye until we see her in eternity. So it's definitely been a heavy day. It took a lot out emotionally and just in general. Like, definitely got to cry a lot, which was good. Much needed emotion. Big thank you to Pastor Paul Dietz for lovingly doing that service and the encouraging words that were very timely. Thank you for what you shared. That was big. I There's no easy way about it. Death, and especially the death of someone so young, there's nothing easy about it. And I find a lot of comfort in the reality that God is close to the brokenhearted. He saves the one who's crushed in spirit. Grief definitely is a process, and I believe I shared a little bit about that. But I also shared that it doesn't have to overwhelm and crush us. And I don't know if I really went into detail on Sunday about why that is, but it is because Jesus himself was crushed for us. So because he took what we deserved doesn't have to crush us. So even in the deepest grief, the deepest pain, he was forsaken by the Father in his most desperate hour, when the sin of the world, all the shame, all the condemnation, all the feelings of everything that the human experience, the worst feelings that you ever have felt, take all of that for the whole world. That's what Jesus felt. And in that moment of greatest desperation, the Father turned his face from Jesus so that he never has to do that to us. That's mercy, man. That is severe mercy. I was looking at the definition of mercy in just on Google, and it's getting what you don't deserve, and compassion to lessen sorrow or suffering. She truly was a lot of mercy to all of us, and as I shared on Sunday, she was mercy to Kimberly and I's marriage in a big way, and as an answered prayer and unifying us in a new way, becoming one more so as we have a lifetime to cultivate that, or at least as many days God gives us breath. Life is short, guys. She lived 58 days, and walking around the cemetery, there's a lot of people that don't make it very far. Like I shared in the other video, a lot of people don't make it past 80. A lot of people don't make it to 80. That's a farce to think that you're entitled to 80 years. Life is short, guys. And it definitely can be heavy as we go through these different events. It's tough. There's nothing easy about losing something dear. But I've also found in the midst of that, extended sorrow and angst often is revealing. So if we just can't move on after losing something, what it reveals is a dependence on that thing as a godlike source. If I can't live without, and I know that's not a comfortable subject to bring up right now, but truly, in the midst of the greatest sorrow, our hearts are being revealed. There's something being revealed, and it is hard, man. It's hard to watch my 58-year-old daughter be put in the ground, and Kimberly and I got to put the first bit of dirt. That's hard. There's nothing easy about that. But at the same time, I know that this isn't going to be the end. There's going to be days of sorrow. Let's be real. It hurts. It hurts to for it to come to an end so soon. The crazy thing is the flip. So much emotion. I was exhausted, but we went basically from there. Got to have lunch with our family. Beautiful time. But went to the hospital and I get to hold Emery for the first time. Talk about a shift from holding Mercy for the last time to holding Emery for the first time. She's 70 days old today. It's wild. She's 70 days old and I got to hold her for the very first time. So many things that I don't even think about are such great gifts. And if I were to have a healthy child, I would have thought nothing about holding them for the first time. I would have been super thrilled, excited, but I wouldn't have taken that in like I will now because I haven't got to hold Emery until now. She's 70 days old today. It's a long time. There's a lot that's happened in these 70 days. But you know what? It's not over. Mercy's death and burial today was not an ending, it was a new beginning. I can't wait to see her in eternity, and it puts a longing, as Stan shared on Sunday, that just a revelation of eternity. Because God has set the eternity in the hearts of men, and we cannot understand what He has done from beginning to end. He's put that within us, and all of human culture and history reveals that. There's this preoccupation with a life after death, whether it's the Egyptian culture, where they'd bury the kings and they'd take stuff with them. In every major religion and worldview, there's a preoccupation because we know that eternity is real. Life doesn't end after death. There's a new start, and that new start is in one of two places: heaven or hell. And God doesn't desire any to perish, but for all to come to repentance. So at the ending of this day, as the sun sets, will you choose to yield to Jesus and give your life fully to Him? Because Jesus is not someone you add to your life. It's a whole life exchange. All of your life for all of His life. So all of my brokenness, failure, hopelessness, for all of His perfection, wholeness, and security. So don't delay. Choose Him today.